Hey everybody, and welcome back to the stream. My name is FQAuth Developer, and I share my apps coming to life with you all. And I'm so excited you could be here today. It's MLK Day. And it's important to remember just how much he was for labor rights and the rights of workers, as much as he's seen as like a civil rights icon or a black icon or a preacher. He also talked a lot about sharing the wealth, making sure everyone was okay. And it's his day. So there you go. Let's see. So last week, we kicked off our first community Let's Explore in the community. And let's see. Looks like we don't have any pull requests. That's okay. We do have one fork though. Let's see. Leaf forked it. I didn't make a pull request, so I'm not gonna spoil anything he's not ready to show. Yeah, so there was we were doing some code generation stuff on stream, and I thought it'd be fun to see how other folks would solve it. And there's tests to show that you got it right. But currently, you can see the tests are failing. And yeah, that's I guess that's that for the Let's Explore. I guess we'll check in again. Man, I don't like this plugin. I have like a tasks plugin in Obsidian, and it's like doing some weird stuff. I'm gonna try to disable it real quick. Actually, let's see. Let's go to preferences. Let's go to preferences, and then Unity plugins and disable tasks. There we go. There we go. Now it just crosses it out. I don't need the date. It's all for today. Cool. So I also wanted to show off. I started logging some stuff about tech, about iOS. And this was inspired by someone in Discord. They were asking me about responsive design, but didn't know exactly what it was called. So I started writing, and all of a sudden, a blog post length Discord post jumped out. So I'm calling them tech notes. I'm sharing what is responsive design, kind of 3 ways to approach it, and then I share 3 things that I've done personally. And of course, one final tip: there's always a see more button, and knowing exactly when to cut and do a see more is an art, not a science. I kind of liken it to butchering. If you ever watch like butchering videos of like how a butcher takes down a cow and cuts it into different steaks or different roasts. It's like, why do they put this muscle with that muscle? What's the art there? What's the reasoning? And I feel like that's like each app is going to be different. Each app you want to show more of something or less of something on each screen. I guess like iTunes, let's see if we can show what iTunes does. If we have an artist on iTunes, this is who we're listening to right now. They give you 2 lines of text. Oh, they only have 2 lines of text for this guy. This guy doesn't have any lines of text. Okay. Well, I guess we'll use an iTunes example another time. But I guess in the Underway app, the idea is to show as much as possible up front to reduce the number of taps that the user needs to do. So it needs to be very laid out. And I wanted to show how I put together the blog. It's using AstroJS, and of course it's open source, because that's how you get free hosting on GitHub. So if you go to github.com, full queue developer, full, let's have to look through it. It's not going to autocomplete repositories. Wow, I'm up to 27 already. Right here at the top. Thank you for whoever started. Yeah, so it's in Astro. Astro is a static site generator in JavaScript. There's many static site generators out there that I've used in the past, like Jekyll and Ruby. I even started writing my own using Vapor's Leaf templating engine. But it turns out I'm not primarily a web developer. I'm primarily an iOS developer, so I found out I don't have as much to say when it comes to static site generators as people who do this kind of with more enthusiasm, with more commitment than me. So, and then I found Astro, and it was a match made in heaven. It uses JSX for the templating. So I guess React style or Vue style. You can see, like, on my homepage, I have the base layout with a title. And that is, let's go to the homepage. That's the title there, and then everything else is inside that base layout. You get this nice, oh, I think actually this title is just for the metadata. This is the actual H1 that we see. But yeah, you get this nice sort of React-like, Vue-like, I mean, it's called JSX. You get this JSX templating in your HTML, and it looks fantastic. In Nova here, the editor I'm using, you can command click into stuff. So you can see my actual base layout is I have HTML, I have a footer, which I guess I show at the bottom. I have a body with some colors. And yeah, here's where I put the title that we pass in. And then slot. The slot is a special element for, you guessed it, that's where the content slots in. So all this stuff here, everything inside of base layout, gets put into here at compile time. Because it's a static site generator, yeah, I guess it's best to just show there we go. So here's the workflow on GitHub. And again, this is all open source on my GitHub, so you can check it out yourself. So whenever I push to trunk, you run a job. It's on Ubuntu latest, which has Yarn and Node and all that already installed. I just need to say yarn install to install Astro, yarn build, which will build the website. And then I use the GitHub Pages action to publish it to the GitHub Pages branch, which is how GitHub Pages works. So, I want to show you off that's sort of the intro to Astro. That's the basics. And I wanted to show off what I'm doing for these tech notes, because I need a place to like write longer length things more publicly. So I have it by folder. I guess my thinking for this is, I mean, this is what I do for my personal journaling, is you do it just by day. If you like put it all in the beginning, 2023, there we go. I mean, you're just gonna end up with like, if you're gonna end up with like 100 or more files really fast, and it's going to be really tough to sort through. So if we keep it like this, then at most we have like 30 in a row. And then the day is also a folder, so that like any images that go in here, or if I have more than one for that day, it's fine. And then I have the index, which is what's linked to from, I guess at the bottom. There's going to be a link for next and previous. I've only have one right now, so just have a link up to tech notes. And this doesn't look that impressive right now because there's only one. It doesn't really feel like a full page. It's just all footer right now. And my footer needs to update too as I'm looking at this. A lot of things could be better, that's true. But I'm focusing now on what we have that's good. And what I wanted to show off here was this is wrong. This should be notes, not keyboards. But that's just a variable name. It doesn't quite matter. So we glob everything, all the markdown files and subfolders here. We just grab all of them in a glob. Then we loop through them and we show this page. Now that's cool and all, but I think when it gets really exciting is I have the layout for tech notes, and here we do the same thing. We glob everything. This is to get the next and previous links. We glob everything. We find the index of our current note in the list of all notes. Then we get the previous one and we get the next one. And these will be null if they don't exist, which is fine because we default them to null and only create a title and URL if it exists. And then we just pass it up to our markdown layout. Pass in the previous link, the next link, and a link up to home. And this is because I have kind of multiple blog style things on this website, and I want to reuse this markdown layout. I wish it would stop opening down there. Let's see, let's close this down here. I'm not really using it anyway. So then again, here's base layout once again. So it's all wrapped in the basic wrapper for the entire website. And then I have the, now this is a Tailwind plugin for pros. So the content comes in here. Pros Inc. That's the text color. Here's the container. Here's the main body. And then down here is the footer. Again, we're doing it the same width. The max width for readable prose. It's so nice that they provide that for you. We have 2 links if they exist, for previous and for next. Currently, since I only have one, they don't exist. But I can show it to you on my keyboard, the keyboard blog. See, there's the previous and the next right there. Ooh, and this is, ooh, that's updated to say next, but the arrow is pointing in the wrong direction. Okay, guess I got a little excited when refactoring, so I need to tweak that real quick. Let's see if that helped. Oh, this is on .com. Okay, so let me start the server locally. So that's going to be yarn dev. Oh, it's not 3000, it's 3001. I wonder if I have something running already. I probably do. Yeah, so if I go into here, just click on some random one. Yeah, there we go. Now we have the arrows pointing in the right direction. Cool, so that's a little intro on how you can build your own blog with previous and next links and have Markdown for your own blog. And I guess I should commit that real quick. Next arrow pointing in right direction. And what was the change here? It's a variable rename. Now I tried to make this even more generic. Let's see, let's go ahead and push that so that GitHub can deploy it automatically. I tried to make this more generic. As you can see that this TechNotes layout, and let's close other tabs. This tech layout is globbing and then getting the next ones and previous ones. Keyboard layout is basically doing the same thing. It's globbing and then getting the previous ones and next ones. I was trying to refactor this even further. However, this glob thing in JavaScript needs to be, you can't pass a variable into here. And that's across many different projects have that problem in JavaScript. It's really disappointing. I wonder if I could like pass in the result of this glob up to the Markdown layout. Yeah, just a few places where it's nice to use a language like Swift for most of my stuff. Now, I did want to make it easier for me to make a new post, because right now I have to look up the day and then maybe copy this, because there's like all kinds of things in here. So I wanted to do a little bit of templating. And as you know, I love Swift, as I just mentioned. And I do have a task runner in Swift named Swish. So I wanted to try to do that here. So there's no Swish folder yet here. So we can do a swish dash, I think it's I for init, and that'll just scaffold kind of an empty Swish project here, which all it does is print the date. Let's see if we can run it to show. So just saying Swish shows the available targets, and you can say Swish date, and that'll compile it and run it, and it doesn't do anything exciting. I think it just prints the date. Yeah, it decodes the date from running this on the command line and prints it. Yeah, interprets it as a time interval, creates a date from the time interval, and just runs print. It's just sample code. So let's change this. We want this to be a new tech note. So let's see, can I say tech note here? I don't know if I'm allowed to say use dashes in a target in Swift, so I'm about to find out. Well, did it not compile? Okay, it looks like it ran. Okay, that's great. Because I know I can't import TechNote because it has a dash in it, but that's okay because it's an executable target. Okay, so what do we want to do? We want to scaffold. We want to make some directories, let's see. So yeah, let's make some notes about what we need to do. Current date, and then create folders with it. Create empty post. And I think that's it for now. Yeah, I'm not doing any abstracts. Yeah, so I guess we can say let now equals date. And then I guess we need to get the calendar components. So I think we need a, let's see, we just did this like a few days ago on stream when we were doing the escalator and elevator alerts. So I might yoink my own code. So let's open up tilde/underway dev. Underway is of course my subway app. And we're working on the elevator and escalator alerts for the subway stations in New York City. And let's see where that was. Let's see, let's look for date. No, Command Shift F, date components. This is creating a date from a date component. Where was I pulling it apart? Here we go. That's exactly what I want to yoink. So we were using this code to show nice relative dates for the escalator and elevator alerts. And you know, let's open this in Xcode so we get better autocomplete help. So let's open up the Swish folder in Xcode. And if we, why is it trying to run it on my phone? It thinks it's being so helpful sometimes. Let's see, let's option click, no documentation, but it's not compiling. Give me autocomplete. Okay, there we go. We don't care about the minute or day or week of year, like we did when we were showing a date to a user. This is just dates for making some directories. Now these are all optional on the components. That's fine. They're going to be there. We're just going to throw a fatal error if they're not, because something must be really bad if if we can't get current date. Couldn't get date components. So then we want to make some directories. So that's going to be something like day slash, oh, actually, year, month, day. And then we can say file manager dot default dot create directory at path with intermediate directories true, and that can throw, and we'll just let it throw if it can't do it. Let's see, is that the right path? It actually might not be. Let's head back to Nova. So because one of the nice things about Swish is I know that it's all going to be running from this directory. So it's actually source pages tech notes / all that stuff. Let's see, can we copy a relative path? We can. Let's head back over to Xcode. And then we can say new file. How should we do the file name? We probably want to get that in from either the command line or prompt the user, which is going to be myself. Yeah, let's get it from the, because I think what'll be nice is if we say like Swish tech note responsive design, something like that. And I guess in blogging they call that the slug, as you can see. Where is it? This is what the URL is going to be made out of. Oh yeah, we also want to say like, yeah, there's a lot here we want to take in. Well, we're going to start with the slug because that's going to be the file name. Oh hey, look, I have a underscore here, but a dash. Okay. I wonder what it is. Wonder if the slug overwrote the. Let's go home. The slug overwrote the underscore. It did. You can see in the bottom there we have a dash there. Okay, interesting. I do want to keep them in sync though, so I'm gonna stick with that rename. Yeah, that's weird. Save the other one there too. Okay, now Git knows what's going on. Okay, so what is next? Got the current date to create the folders. Guess these are that's actually a checkbox. There we go. Now we can check it off. So we want to create empty post, but to create an empty post, we need to first prompt for file name. Let's head back to Xcode, and I guess if we don't specify a file name, we'll just fail. So let's go ahead and do that first. Let's see, so this is going to be command line dot arguments dot. So it's not actually the first one, I believe. Guess we can see what comes in. Error. Please pass in the file name as the first argument. And let's go ahead and print the arguments to see exactly how it comes through, because I don't remember exactly how I did this, and you'll get to see how it is too. Let's see. Oh, right. Okay, yeah, let's comment this out. So the error it's giving is that this array, indexing into this array doesn't give an optional. It either crashes or gives you the string. So yeah, let's comment this out for now so we compile. And let's print the command line arguments. So Swish, what did we call it? Tech note, let's say ARST. Yeah, so we got the oh, this is the built target. Okay, I got it. The built target that it ran, the binary, and then the first argument. Okay. We want to, instead of say that, this comes out here. I'll say let command line dot arguments dot count. I'll say it must equal 2. And now that we have a file name, we can go ahead and print it out. Cool, so we don't need this print anymore, and we can see, did it create anything? Oh, we need to 0 pad these. Okay. So it made the directories, but they were the wrong name. Let's move those to the trash. Yeah, let's go ahead and not do the actual creation now. How do we do 0 padding? Let's see, Swift 0 pad int. Oh, okay. I'll take that suggestion. Let's do it with a format. I was hoping there's another way to do it. Oh, there's another the number formatter. I guess. And how do we use it again? We say minimum integer digits. Okay. String for any. Yeah, so this is getting a bit of an eyeful here. You might want to pull some of this stuff out. Oh, and what's your problem? Well, here I think I can just force unwrap. This is a script. If there's a problem, like we know that dates are going to be normal numbers that can be added. We don't actually have to worry about that. Okay, so before we start cleaning up, let's make sure this works. And this should have basically done nothing because this already exists. Okay, but let's make it create an empty post now. And let's see, how do we want to sketch that out? So it'll have an empty title. It's going to use the same layout. Going to have the year, the month string, and the day string. And then it's going to have the we need to call this the slug, because the file name is going to have the .md extension. And we don't want to have that show up here. This is the, I guess, the file contents, and we need to write this to file. So file contents dot write to URL to file. So this is going to be directory path plus slug plus .md atomically true .utf8, and I believe that can throw. And we didn't even hit 50 lines. Cool. So let's try running this. Oh, we even have some space here we can buy back. See, let's extract this as a variable so that we can print it to the screen more easily. Oh, oops. There we go. New directory path plus the slug plus MD, and we see that it has a slash here. Remove the slash and put it inside of here. Not sure it matters. I guess this way shows that we didn't forget it, because the slash kind of hiding at the end there might be confusing if we got it or not. Yeah, but that's going to be it. So this will make the file for us, and yeah, let's try it out. Swish tech note ARST, and let's see if it got created. Let's hop over to Nova. There it is, with the layout and all that jazz. Beautiful. That is done. So let's commit all this. I don't have a new blog post to write right now, but now I'll be ready to do it. Swish script to scaffold new tech note. And that's important to me that I did that, because I have maybe some new projects coming along that might want to use that. And what is this? Yeah, we want to add that to our git ignore. Oh, where is it? Under here. Wait, did that get committed? Oops. Okay, let's close Xcode. And then let's delete that file. And add it to the git ignore xe user data. Cool. And I guess that's I should add that to my task manager, huh? Let's see, let's close all this. New folder for sh. New note for tasks. And drag this out here. What's happening? So I guess we have for sh, crap, what did I just say? Oh yeah. Ignore xe user data in init script function. Not really a script in init functionality when initting. Fresh install, and just when initting, I guess. The other task from the other day that I didn't put in here is sh doesn't handle long running tasks. It returns control to the terminal, and most importantly, control plus C doesn't kill the long running process. Okay. So with that all set aside, I'm going to take a 5-minute break and we'll get going on FQAuth. Be right back. Hey, welcome back. Got a bunch of stuff done early already. I sort of walk through updates to the blog and how I've set it up. But let's turn our attention now to FQAuth. And that is linked from the homepage. Talk about the goals of the project, making something easy to set up. And all the current work is done on the initial branch, which is what I have checked out here. And this is exactly where we want to be. So we're working on the server-to-server notifications today. And let's see how it goes. We're getting an unauthorized rewind. We have our server-to-server notification request tests, and these are supposed to simulate Apple sending this server payload of notifications about the signing with Apple accounts that have authenticated with Apple from this app. And there's a few different notifications that it could send, and I will try to show that. Yeah, so get a notification when someone has signed in with Apple with your app, but then they have enabled their email or disabled the email. They have revoked consent, like they're saying, like, I'm no longer logged in with you. And then finally, if they just deleted their whole Apple ID. So those are the 4 notifications that Apple sends. And I have a test to, not this one, this one. So this test simulates the URL that we've given to Apple to send us notifications to, simulates Apple sending payloads to us. So currently we're failing at consent revoked. So that must mean that, I'm guessing, is that this isn't exactly signed correctly, so it thinks that it's not coming from Apple. And this was an actual notification that I recorded from Apple to make sure I got it right. And yeah, so I'm guessing that it's just something about the signing the JWT that needs to be fixed. We set up the payload JSON. We wrapped it in a notification body. We've encoded it, and then we do a test post to our notify endpoint. And we're asserting that it's okay, that's the contract. As long as Apple gets an okay back from us, it knows that it's okay. And it won't send the notification again. I believe that's the contract. So somewhere inside of here, something's breaking. So let's look into there. So we have the sign in with Apple controller. We have the notify endpoint. And we have the decode request. And I'm guessing we're failing right here at this JWT verify. Because if we do, let's see, request.jwt. Oh, there is no unverified. Oh, no, there is. May not be available in this context. Oops, that's too many quotes. yeah, this doesn't quite exist. So we kind of have to do a little bit of hoop jump in here in our tests to let us have a fake request. So we did that before on when we were doing the authorized tests. Let's see if I can show it. Yeah, we made our own little verifier object to verify, and then we can inject in a fake one that'll say that is verified no matter what, for the sake of testing and only for the sake of testing. So I think we're going to have to do something like that again. Can we use the same one that we were using before? Because I guess they're both coming from Apple, right? Yeah, this checks it with Apple. And is this going to be there all the way kind of down at the bottom? Let's see, let's hop into here. So let's delete this. JWT verify. Self.verify. Verify. JWT signers verify. So somewhere there should be this header key ID. If we can put a breakpoint here and see what we get. So let's run the test and see if we hit that breakpoint. We didn't hit that breakpoint. Let's try one maybe not so deep. Let's see, maybe it's one of these. Let's start somewhere more shallow. Okay, so we got to here. No, we failed. So it's not hitting either of these. Oh, so this is right here. Okay, so let's see if we hit there. We do. Okay. Let's scoot ahead 2 lines to. Oh, don't fail me now. Wasn't able to get the header. Okay, let's run the test again. Stopping here. Okay, cool. Malformed JWT. What is so malformed about it? Notification body.payload. I believe that is the JWT. This is a string. And this takes a string, right? Yeah, this takes a string. So what is malformed about it? Yeah, sometimes these backslashes get escaped and sometimes they get unescaped. Let me see what Apple thinks is happening. Payload JSON. Yeah, I can't quite tell. There's like so many backslashes in there. Yeah, that's just calling description. I'm gonna call like print on this. Yeah, see when we print, those backslashes go away. Now if I put the hashtags back in, the octothorpes, whatever you want to call it, that's just supposed to make it sort of an exact copy, like don't interpret anything. Let's see. Yeah, I believe this is what we had. I believe this is what we need because I think we do need to escape these quotes. Oh, I mean, I guess there's no header here for one. This is the payload of the payload, not the full JWT. Oh, no, wait. This has everything. What am I talking about? This does have everything. So then what's the problem? Let's see. Let's write down what we learned so far. Let's move this down to the bottom. Let's see. JWT is malformed. Let's see what we tried, I guess. Confirmed that quotes are correctly escaped. Let's take that colon off. Just to give more space here. Let's see, I guess this doesn't have a header, right? So if we go to like a JWT website, yeah, like we could paste this in. But we don't have this stuff in here. let's see. And if I take out these backslashes, yeah, so it needs those backslashes, but for sure, the whole thing just explodes if we don't have them. Okay, so I think I need the header and the verify signature. Okay, so that's what's going wrong. Okay, so how are we going to do that in a test? So this is just the payload. Let's see. So I think this is the do I have a type for this already? Yes, I do. So we need to make one of these. Maybe not a raw string. Let's see, let's get some spacing in here. Looks like I need to import JWT kit. Now, how do I make one of these? Still doesn't like it. Let's look at this issued at claim. It's a date. Okay. Let's see. So this will be a date. I believe it's time interval since 1970. And why won't this? Okay, there we go. Now it's doing what I want. Maybe this, we could have it as a string. Let's see, let's also add a few other initializers here to make this easier for us. I guess it's... Yeah, I guess it's this here. Oh, I guess which means this needs two throws. Okay, let's see if that helps. There we go. Oh, and what's your problem? Not convert value of type string to expected type. And I think we can solve this with protocols, actually. Extension. You can say this is, what's it called? Literal. Expressible by string literal. That's what I want to say. Oh, because this can throw. Yeah, that's a little bit of a wrinkle. Yeah, let's not do this. I guess it's not exactly expressible by. Yeah, so let's go ahead and init from string and wrap a try around that, and now it's going to need us to specify a generic type, I hope. Oh no, because it's going to be implied. It's going to be implied by this. Okay. Now we have the notification. So notification body is not this. Not verify. I want you to do the signing thing. So is this a string? What does this return? Let's return a string. Perfect. Cool. So now we'll get, I think, at least a different error. Given data was not valid JSON. No string key for value in object. Data corrupted. Ooh. Oh, I think I can take out the backslashes here. Well, hey, we got a little bit further. Let's see where we fail now. Yeah, perfect. So here we want the, I guess we want to pretend that this is Apple. This is actually, oh, we could make a fake Apple key here just so that it's, no, we still need to have it be unverified because we have a issued at claim. I guess we could tweak that, I guess. Let's see, what identifiers do we have? Yeah, we could try self-signing it. Just for the sake of the test. It doesn't feel great. I feel like we want like a test one. A non-private key. Do we not have it in, okay, well, we're done with the website stuff for now. Let's open up, yeah, let's go to cd /FQAuth. Oh, it didn't work? Oh, I've cd twice. Open up Nova. There's some diagrams. Let's see. We do have the auth private key there. These are all just throwaway keys. I don't care if they show up on stream or whatever. I called app configure, which should set up the signing. Yeah, call configure signing. Use auth private. So why won't it sign? Why won't it? Oh, it's because I'm making a fresh one. Aha. Let's see, app.jwt. Signers.sign. Let's try this one. Oh, we got bad request. Okay, so how far did we get into the request? Oh, thank you so much for the follow, National Rebel. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the community. So I'm going to put a breakpoint in the request and see where it got cranky, I guess. Yeah, let's just run it, see what happens, and then let's try to fix it. Okay, so we didn't blow up yet. Let's try to let's see what happens when we run this in the debugger. Okay, we got a future. What happens when we wait? It was able to decode something. Okay. So then if we proceed, error cannot find notification body in scope. Well, thanks debugger. That is just wonderful. Let's see. Let's try extracting some variables. See if that helps. Let's go ahead and restart the test. And yes, we have the breakpoint there. Let's take a look at the payload, I suppose. Does this look like a JWT? Yep, we got the dots. Okay, so now if we try to run this ourselves in the debugger, we get key not found. No value associated with key type. Looking for a type? Let's head back over to here. Oh yes, I guess it needs this. Scrolling too much. There we go. So not have this algorithm stuff. Let's go ahead and drop this string into this website. And it has the key ID. It seems like it has a type, or maybe this website is just filling it in. Let's see, so it's 384. We paste it in, it changes it to 512. So this is decoded. This is exactly what we put in our test data. And hey, look, it escaped the backslashes for us. Oh, well, we are getting invalid signature. What is with that? Oh, when we configure signing, we also need to configure the auth public key. Let's see if that makes a difference. So let's start the test again. We didn't seem to hit the breakpoint. Oh, because this doesn't exist. Okay. Have the identifier. I feel like this is not quite right. See what happens when I generate a new key. Yeah, so this has both keys in it, right? Oh, okay. Yeah, something's not sitting right with me about that. We have the key ID, we have the type, we have the algorithm. Saying the signature is invalid though. I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe I need to tweak the issued at. Let's just say the date is now. Let's see if that helps. Oh, yeah, let's delete this stuff. I don't think this is correct. Okay, so for starters, let's print this payload. And let's drop it into this website again. Still getting invalid signature. Hmm. What other parameters does this take? Type of JWT, yeah, that's fine. Payload and the identifier, okay. Now that I know I'm using the right signers, let's try it without specifying an ID. Still invalid. If I just pop this in here, I can always just recreate this. Nope, still invalid. Hmm. What's going on? What do I not understand? Well, let's rewind a little bit. Okay, so we have a correctly formed JWT. JWT is... Well, I guess we didn't actually get the error yet. Let's step over one to get the error. Oh! Oh shoot, this might be nothing about JWTs at all. But I guess we do have two. And then let's say, what do we want to try? Ensure type field is present. And so let's go ahead and head over here. Now, do we have any tests around this? We have request tests, we have decoding tests. Interesting. Yeah, I guess this doesn't have a type field. And do I have an ID key here? Yeah, event type. Let's actually put this at the top. Oh, maybe these should be public as well. Now when we encode, oh, it's because we don't have an custom encode function. That might be what it is. Fascinating. Okay, this is really interesting. Yeah, so it looks like this was the right thing to tug on. So let's see how far this goes. Copy value. Let's see, let's copy this. Okay, and then if we copy this, we actually don't have anything in our paste buffer. Okay, so we do need to print out the description and copy it. Okay, still getting an invalid signature. Still not getting the type there. So let's go ahead and, so we need to make notification encoding tests, I guess. Yeah, I didn't think I would need to be encoding these, but for testing, it seems like it's going to be really useful. Sorry about that. So let's go ahead and I guess this should be a new file, sure. I'm going to copy this file name so I don't have to type all of that. And I'm going to copy this so I don't have to copy all of that as well. Let's start with that. And let's see, what's next? Guess we can take the one from our other test and see how far we can get. Since this is the problem, this is the test we need to write. Oh, and I guess we need to start up the app so we have access to all this. Let's copy that as well. And import JWT kit. And I guess what we want to do is verify this and see what we get. See, so let's assert equal that the decoded dot what I was expecting to get. I was expecting to get one of these. Build failed. No key associated with type. Yes, so this is the error we're getting, and now we have it isolated. So now we can go about fixing this test. So we have a custom decoder. Let's make a custom encoder. Exactly what I was expecting, I guess. Let's see, so notifications. This is on event. Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay. Because this is a new, yeah, we just want to switch on ourselves. Oh, I was hoping it would give me an autocomplete there. Let's try one more time. Oh, come on. Yeah, I think this is what I want to do. I think this is the way. Of course, this can throw. And now do we get an autocomplete? We do. Thank you. Okay, head back to the encoding tests and run it again. Audience claim verification failed, not intended for. Right, because we're self-signing, so maybe this should be unverified. We have a passing test. We're on the right path. Kind of want to see if I can make this be the time interval since 1970 again. And since it's unverified, I think this shouldn't change anything. Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and make a few more asserts. So you'll make this XCT unwrap. And then make some asserts on that. Oh, and this needs a try. Decoded event dot subject, I guess. Going to be this thing. And I guess there's only one other thing on there. So let's see. Decoded event dot event time is an issued at claim. Dot value is a date. And because it's yeah, I think we can just do assert equal here. And it says I'm missing a close paren, and it is correct. Cool. We have our encoding test. So this is all done. So I guess we'll delete those nodes because we're going to get possibly a new failure for our request test, which is the one that we're working on. Okay, we hit our breakpoint. Let's print this description and see if it's any different. Still getting invalid signature. Test failed. What was the problem? Unauthorized. So it is verifying on the audience. So let's fix that and keep going. Oh, we got past it. Wonderful. So let's go ahead and commit what we have. So we added encoding for server-to-server notifications. You can say we needed that for the sake of testing. Cool. So we should be hitting this breakpoint here. Wonderful. Then we get test succeeded, which is a lie because we're not really doing anything. We're just hitting this return at the end here. But that's fantastic. We've got movement. We've got motion. Yeah, so we committed that. So now we need to like do some implementing about what should happen on consent revoked. Where's V? There it is. So there's a couple options. Well, I guess for starters, we want to, I guess, on queue a background task. And then we'll move towards, I guess, testing the background task instead of the request. And I guess actually that's pretty elucidating. That like really focuses what we're doing here. Okay, I kind of forgot about background queuing and all that stuff. Let me take a quick break and we'll continue on with this. Everybody, welcome back. Hope your afternoon is going wonderfully. So for the server-to-server notifications, we need to enqueue a background job. So I guess we need to create these. Create these jobs. Enqueue them, and I guess like assert that they got created. I guess what I'm doing here is I'm making sure that the ID exists already before unqueuing something. Let's see. So I guess for the queuing, we'll need to configure Redis. And I guess we can make another thing for configure queues. This will be extension on application. And I need to look at some documentation for this. So let's head over to docs.vapor.codes, get down to, no, it's not in the Redis here. Maybe under advanced. Yeah, here we go. For starters, we need to say this is self. Let's see, what else can we do to clarify what we're doing here? Set up queues for background tasks. And we can make this a task. This is all kind of one breath we're kind of doing together all at once. We're kind of doing this in support of doing this. Let's see, how do I get the Redis configuration? Register a job. Okay, that's fine. So I'm trying to figure out the type that we need here. The command click onto. Okay, let's see if we can import something. Import queues. Okay, so now this is green or whatever. Now can I command click? No, command click here. Yes, okay. Here's queues. Now how do I use queues? There's a queues configuration. Let's see, is there a use function here? Use a provider. What is this provider? Oh, it's kind of this injectable thing. Okay. Not that interesting. Let's see, when we say we can give it a Redis configuration, or we can give it a Redis URL. Can I grab the Redis configuration that we have already? Not convert. Oh, wait. Can I do this? Value optional. So if I just force unwrap it for half a second. Oh, we can do that. Okay. Probably should do a little guard here. And this is just something that shouldn't happen, but we will mark it. And actually, let's see. First I'll write the message, then we'll change the variable names. Configure Redis before configuring queues. And let's caps it. And let's name this Redis config. There we go. Okay, so we have a Redis configuration. We can command V to build. What else do we need to do to... Oh, I guess we need... Do we have this thing in our dependencies, the Redis queues driver? Let's take a look at our package.swift. Oh, we have it here already. Wonderful. What else do we need to do? Registering a job. After modeling a job, you must add it to your configuration section. So do I need to register the... Is this just registering the job, or is this scheduling the job? Oh, it looks like it's registering because here it dispatches it. Yeah, so then here's the scheduled jobs, which are not the background jobs. And these we schedule directly. Okay, I get it now. But where should we store these? Well, it is part of signing with Apple. This notification. Yeah, so maybe you'll make a jobs folder here. We can call this one, I guess, consent revoked. Now, in the example, are these structs or are they the struct? Or are they classes? The struct. Okay. And it inherits from inherits straight from job. Okay. And then let's go ahead and is that payload? Okay. Yeah, so when we do the consent revoked, it's going to be just on an Apple ID, right? Do I need to say dot type there? It's just the UUID. Okay, so now how do I kick this off again? You dispatch it. Okay. Let's copy this, paste. How do I get the ID here? And it's okay, not that we're done. Does this need to be a flat map? Because this is okay. So let's see, if I comment this out, I compile. Yeah, so the problem is something about having another indirection on the event loop here. Now if I build again, I'm going to get a build failure. It's going to be saying something's wrong up here. Has to do with something about the types here. Let's see, if I change this to a map, because this dispatch, this is in event loop future, right? It's not exactly telling me. Let's see, one thing I could do to protect myself a little bit is to put these into helper functions. Handle consent invoked, and this will be a event loop future HTTP status, which is what Apple is expecting back when it sends us a server-to-server notification. I guess we'll need to pass in. Oh, this is totally the wrong one. This is in account delete. I meant to do it over here. And I guess we can be a little cute. Like that. And oh, it's a nested type, right? So this is, ooh, it's very nested. Oh my. And oh, I guess it needs the request as well. So I'll pass in the request. Oh, right. So yeah, we can't. I see. Yeah, so we can't do a dot wait here. This is an event loop future on what it finds. So we'll fix this in a moment. Let's handle this upstairs. And we'll pass in the request. And this will be a yeah, so there's going to be stuff to handle out here as well. Let's see, if I make this return a non-event loop future, that's going to be a total lie, but it compiles. Okay. Yeah, this flat map throwing. Let's see. Let's try to handle this, I guess. Because we do want this to be an event loop future. And these don't need to be a constant. That's fine because they're going to be calling into things which are event loop futures. So yeah, here's flat map throwing. It returns back an event loop future of a new value. Oh, I see, because the callback takes a specific new value, not a future new value. Okay. So let's see. So if this is going to be request dot, let's change these all to event loop to futures. We do that by getting the event loop of the request. We'll say it's a future dot OK. Yeah, so these are going to all be failing. Failing, I mean not compiling. And instead of flat map throwing, let's flat map. And this is going to be no matches because this and throw. So now we have an error. So we can say request.eventLoop.make failed future with the error. And then we'll move this into the try catch. Yeah, I was hoping the flat map throwing would help make this a little bit nicer to look at, because now we have this catch outside here. But you know what? We can move this into sort of a handling function to make it look a little bit nicer. Oh, and this needs a return. This will be an event loop future HTTP status, just like the rest of them. And we'll move all of this into here. And this will be return self.handle notification. Notification. Oh, and it'll also need the request. So let's pass that in as well. Cool. And we can make this private. Cool. So now we have kind of the world set up so that we can take care of this. Although, do we want to change the I don't want to just say like okay, not implemented. Ooh, there we go. Not sure what Apple does with these HTTP statuses. I think it tries to resend them if you don't send back a 200. Cool. So let's try to load the model. Map Navy model. Request.eventLoop. guess I'll just say okay for now. Maybe we could find a better one in a second. I want to pop this over here and delete all of this. Oh my goodness, so this is going to be a try. Which means we're back to try and flat map throwing. Which means going back to a do catch. This looks so gross. Let's see, how do we want to format this? Well, I guess we're not even compiling yet, so not confer contextual base. Transform to dot okay, right? Nope, failed. What is the problem? Cannot confer contextual base in reference. This should be HTTP status, but I feel like that's not going to help. Oh, it needs a return statement here. Not implied anymore now that we're inside of an if-else. Let's see, can I change this back to a map? We can. Okay. So that's the sketch for the consent revoked job. And I suppose we can do this for all of them. This file is going to get large. Let's see, so what can we do? I guess I'm not so concerned about it being large right now. We can always split it out further once we have everything. Let's go ahead and make similar methods here for the other three cases, which will mean making 3 more job classes. Although perhaps we need to write a test first for what we have so far, make sure we're going all the way through from start to finish. We discover something while we're writing tests, we can incorporate it and take that knowledge forward when we do the next 3. Okay, so coming back to our request test, what's our current status on it? Row 4 not found. Right, because we checking that this person exists. um, and we don't have any test data in the database because we haven't set any up. Um, let's see, I think this is a great part to commit what we have so far. Empty job for consent revoked. And dispatch that job when we receive that notification from Apple. Okay. Yes, so we're queuing the background task. Let's test. We don't want to test the background task yet. We kind of want to write a test around in queuing this. And I guess we set up the queues. We set up the job class for this one. Let's remove that off of plural. I guess we can kind of indent it in so that communicates your dependencies better. So then for this test, hey, welcome back, Mazki. How's it going? Let's see. So for this test, I guess we need a user in the database already. And what else? Masky says, I'm fine. How are you, my friend? I'm doing well. It's so good to see you. Just been working on some code today for our authentication server. We have about 20 minutes left on the stream. See, yeah, so when stub the user oh, Lasky says, I thought that my app is complex. Yeah, well, that's how you learn. First you make something small, and then you make it bigger, and then you make it bigger. Next thing you know, you're making an authentication server. I see a lot of work ahead of me, says Mosky. Yeah, for sure. Me too. I just have so many ideas. I can't make my ideas fast enough. But a lot of my ideas need an authentication server. So that's the motivation for making a reusable and open source authentication server that other people can use, because I want it for my projects. I completely understand you, says Muskie. Oh, thank you. Let's see, how are we going to assert that a job is created? We probably want to destroy the job after creating the test also. Like, can we say app.queues. We can get the jobs that are configured, but how do we get what's been in queued? Let's look back at the documentation. We have a way to dispatch. Okay, so let's say queues.queue. Where's that dispatch thing? get the next job to be run. No, we don't want that. Hop's next job in queue. Oh, that might be actually for the purposes of this test, this might be exactly what we want. This is an event loop future. I guess that's fine. Muskie says, sometimes I think if the day had more hours, it would be great. I know, right? There's so much I need to do. Or I could like eat less or sleep less or something. Yeah, that's what I think that's what they mean when they say life is too short. Like getting experience just takes so long, and by the time you've like worked out your emotions, learned some interesting things, got some ideas for what to make, learned how to build them, yeah, feels like time flies by so fast. Muskie asks, "Is this Vapor?" Yes, this is Vapor. I can show you the package.swift. You can see Vapor is right here, right at the top, and it's a bunch of other Vapor packages, along with one of my own. Look at that. Yeah, so we can pop the next job, which will remove it and will let us assert that it's the right one. Okay, so that feels good. What's on next job? Has it job identifier? Is it publisher? How do I get the thing out of the job? This is a type that can store and retrieve jobs from a persistence layer. Oh, so it gets the ID from the job, and then you grab the job data. I gotcha. Next job ID. So then we can say app.queues.queue.get next job ID dot wait. And then what does a job data have on it? This is a wrapped something or other. The wrapped. Where do I say like as value of optional type? Oh, I guess we can XCT unwrap. Oski says there are many things you'd like to do, but everything takes a long time. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no worries. No, I really appreciate the effort you're putting in to communicate, even though you're saying English isn't your native language. I know a little bit of many languages, so I've also been the one in the room that can't understand everything. Let's see, so this is a job data, and what does a job data have on it? Let's look at the source. It has a payload, the job data to be encoded. Oh, so then I decode from the data, I guess. Job name queued at. What was it called? It was called payload. Okay, so this is an array of unsigned 8-bit integers. So I think this is a data. We need to figure out how to convert it and then decode it. Mosky says, thanks to Vapor, I can create a backend for my application. Yeah. Yeah, I have a Vapor application running in production right now for my Subway app. The server for this app is in Vapor. And if you go to the Vapor Discord, you can probably find lots of other people who are doing the same thing and trade tips with them. Let's see if there's something I can show real quick. Yeah, because they have different language forums in there also. Not sure if you know one of these languages or not, but there's maybe other people that are also trying to learn from a different language. Let's see, so JSON decoder.decode type. I hope this is a consent revoked job. Not from a byte buffer, but from, actually, can we make a byte buffer, make a next job dot payload? Conform to decodable. Oh, wait, maybe it's just the payload. It failed again. Mosky says, nice. Yeah. Mosky says, your code looks very neat. Why, thank you. Yeah, my spouse has also said that she likes how my code looks. She says my code looks very neat. Even though she's not necessarily a full-time coder, I appreciate it. Mosky says, so you're working on this app yourself? Yes. Yes, like I said, I have so many ideas, and I'm just trying to make them all as fast as I can. My spouse contributes to the design of the app primarily, but I'm the only coder doing the Android app, the iOS app, the backend. We have a little bit of web stuff going, mostly fallbacks for when people don't have the app installed. And you get like a link shared to you. Mosky asks, and if I may know, how long did it take you to build this app? Well, we had the idea in 2013. I didn't let myself start building it until 2014. Wait, no, because we launched in 2016. So I guess I started building it in 2015 and launched in 2016. And I've been working on it ever since, adding more features to it. Yeah, we have a bunch of users, we have a bunch of subscribers, and adding features and making more, making more of them. My goal is to be a full-time creator, not just like a content creator, but full-time like app creator. I have so many ideas. I want to build them. And this is for the Subway app, but this is separate. This is FQAuth, which is the open source signing with Apple server. Yeah, FQAuth you can see right at the top here, server. Okay, so this should compile, and maybe this will fail. All right, we're gonna get this failure again. We haven't done anything to fix this failure yet. Mosky says, "I'd like to get to your level someday." Awesome. Yeah, I really want to support other people that want to make their own apps. Um, because there's so many apps that like a big company just won't build. um, like there's a guy I met on Discord who makes an app for finding the best oil prices for heating your home, and I think that's so cool. Um, and like with the subway in New York City, like there's a bunch of apps, right? There's a bunch of other subway apps, but mine has my particular point of view that um, hopefully resonates with more and more people. Um, and I feel like everyone has an idea for an app that is unique to them, and I really hope that they build it, and I hope I can help them build it in some way. Um, okay, so I think we have the assertion that the job is created. We need to stub a user in the database. So how are we going to do that? I guess we will. I guess we will. I guess we'll use the sign up repo, right? Siwa sign up. Sign up repo. Sign up. So we can just make one here, and we'll get the user's ID back. Dot wait, and we'll say try up here. And let's put these on new lines to make it easier to read. Fill these in. Mosky says, I once heard the phrase, don't build apps for money, build an application that will help you solve your problem. Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. I mean, I'm more on the creative side. I am not necessarily a professional business person. Um, I just want to make things because they need to be made. Let's see, we'll use this Apple ID. We'll use this sort of fake token. And then money appears, hopefully. I mean, a lot of the great artists from the Renaissance period or whatever, they never got their money in their lifetime. And now they're famous painters that everyone knows. Everyone's seen pictures of their paintings, and their paintings are worth millions of dollars. Yeah, I guess in the U.S. there's no healthcare for the general public. Everything needs money, so it doesn't really incentivize being creative, because if you mess up just a little bit and your app doesn't work and you get sick at the same time, then it's not so good. Okay, so we have the Apple ID. I think this might work. Let's go ahead and try it. Oh, here we need to make this assertion as well down here. This will fail. Masuki says, I'll try to come to the next live, and now I'm going to sleep. Have fun at work. Oh, thanks so much for stopping by. Have a great night's sleep. So this will be user ID. Yes, I didn't forget your name in Discord is different from your name in chat. You might want to try relinking your Discord account and your Twitch account. There's a problem with Twitch's servers that I think they fixed, so it might be worth trying again. Test failed. We got all the way to here, but we got two different UUIDs out. Okay. We'll try this tomorrow. Oh, cool. Yeah, have a great night's sleep. Oh, because I guess this is the ID. This isn't the payload here isn't the sign in with, this isn't the user ID. This is the sign in with Apple ID. Okay. Let's see if we can get Siwa model dot find by Apple user ID. On app dot database dot PSQL, and we'll wait here. This is in a test. We just want to make sure everything happens in the right order. Actually, this should be, we'll force unwrap it here. Test succeeded, yes. Which means that we actually got something out of the queue. Let's put our breakpoint here and see what this stuff looks like. That's so cool. So let's PO next job ID. Just a UUID. And let's PO next. Oh, let's go forward a little bit. Just want to see what this stuff looks like. Oh, so it gives us the job name. That's nice. I guess we can assert equal on that too. And I want to see this payload. And this CUI model payload. Cool, it matches up. It matches up. Now, maybe that's not the right ID for doing the job. We can change that later when we get to the job. But we have a passing test. We have enqueued a background task and tested that we kick off a background test. Yeah, this is kind of a note for later. Test background task on queued. Cannot find job name in scope. Oh, because this needs to be next job dot job name. Go ahead and run this test one more time. Test for on-queuing a background task or CUI consent revoked notification. Cool. Well, that's just great. Oh, we got a lot done, and there's so much more left to do. What's this? Oh, I guess we never quite used the user ID, huh? So this test, we create a test user, get out the model, make a notification, we do the thing, we make the request, and then we do some asserts at the end. I feel like a bunch of this setup we might want to move elsewhere. That'll be for another time. Wait a minute. Hey, if I say Command S, okay, here we go. Fix warning. Let's see, so then where does that leave us? Okay, so first where I'm doing my project management at the moment. I guess we need to implement the jobs. Let's see. Define job, on queue job, test on queue and request test, and then implement job. Okay, so we did these three today, and we can, I guess, test that job. We can copy these into the other ones and I guess uncheck them. If account deleted, consent revoked, and then there's two others. There was like email enabled and email disabled. And then copy this down here as well. Okay. I guess these are kind of the same task. That is okay. Well, I think that's going to be it for today. I showed off my blog earlier on stream. And we did a whole bunch of Vapor work. Thank you so much for everyone who stopped by. My app is available on the App Store, underway.nyc. You can join me in the Discord by typing in !Discord. I have it linked from my website. My website is fullqueuedeveloper.com with links to everything on the bottom and a few cool things for you to read up about. I stream weekday afternoons, NYC time. I don't have a specific time quite yet to promise due to construction that's been going on. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, follow, and subscribe, and tell your friends and all that stuff. Build your app, and do one thing every day that an AI could never. Have a good night.